Hello, we are Team Hitmarker, and this is our game ChromaKill. ChromaKill is a first-person movement shooter where the player uses ancient abilities to run faster and complete levels. Play as the Chroma Keeper, trying to preserve color in an ever-fading world, and approach each level with a new perspective by customizing your movement kit each attempt. Matthias, who could not be here today, is our producer, designer, and level designer.
I'm Nick. I am the 3D character and prop artist.
I'm Sean. I'm the 3D environment artist.
I'm Marshall. I'm the level designer.
I'm Marie. I'm the narrative designer and UI artist.
I'm Matthew DeBoer. I'm the shader programmer and systems programmer.
I'm Victor Filipovich. I'm the gameplay and systems programmer.
I'm Ian. I'm the 3D animator, concept artist, and VFX artist.
And I'm Eli. I'm the gameplay programmer and tech designer. So for our sprint goals, for programming goals, we wanted to get our item collection system in with our archive UI system. We wanted to get more sounds and VFX implemented into our game. And we wanted to get custom keybinds in the UI for it up and running. For our art goals, we wanted to finalize our unification across all of our art assets. We wanted to get all of our environment art in, all of our VFX and animations done, and our main menu tabs and finish button UI in. We were unable to, during this sprint, get all of our environment art and VFX animations done. For our design goals, we wanted to settle on the final list of our levels that we're bringing into the polish phase, and we wanted to work on playtest feedback that we got.
Moving on to our prototype demonstration, we were able to get our game loop a lot crispier with the new UI systems. This is our level select system. Levels are locked on UI until you play and complete the previous level. I just have them all unlocked because I've played every level. If I go into arches, you'll see that we have arches in a final state where we are pretty pleased with the way all the colors work out, and we probably just want to make any future levels just look on the level of where arches is now. You'll also see that if I reach the end of the level, we have a new leaderboard system in. These use networked times on Unity's leaderboard system that Victor worked on, so that you can compete with other players on the same build. The player's time is in green. You'll notice that I have the best time. This is because I am the best. In addition, if I reset, you'll see that we have new sounds in, such as the enemy shoot, the player hit, and when the player dies, we have a new death screen in. Then, if I take us to Cathedral V3, I can show off our new enemy. This is the Runebound. If you shoot him 10 times, he will die. Alternatively, if you flashbang him, it'll reveal a weak point that you can shoot to instantly kill him. So I can do it again on this one, and he'll die.
Alright, so for this sprint, I did a lot of different visual effects. We have the shield for the enemies in the top left, then we have some different effects for the portals for the end of the level. We have some different effects for the enemy once the ground slam animation that we have showing up for you guys soon. We have some animations for the runebound enemy, including the walk and the idle cycle. What's currently being worked on is the ground slam animation, and then the arms posed are in game right now, and everything is properly rigged.
All right, so for the UI sprint, I worked on a lot of mock-ups, some for the ability and health, as well as a level select screen, a pause screen, and the final rank stat screen. And then on the next slide, you'll see a death screen and a new flashbang icon, as well as the rank badges.
All right, so this sprint, I made the character arm models, as you can see here. I also made the model for the grappling hook, as well as models for a couple different variants of our standard stationary enemy, the Glimmer Eye. I also edited the textures of the Glimmer Eye to reflect some of the patterns that Sean was using in his level textures. I did the same thing with the Runebound. I changed the color palette. I also made the lore pickup item, and I started work on some set dressing assets for levels.
For environment art this sprint, the first thing that I did was go through into arches and do new materials for all of the objects in the scene. So this is what it looked like previously. And then on the next scene, this is reflecting our current art focus, where the entire levels are all warm color palettes while the enemies are cold colors, to have more distinction between them in the level. So all of the new assets have a new color scheme to reflect that. And then the next slide, I have all new meshes and objects for another one of our levels that is interior, and then these are modular and can be used across other levels as well.
Moving on to our programming sprint progress, I got a bunch of sounds and UI into the game, such as the kill screen and the next level button stuff, so that all of our UI flow is a lot more crisp and it feels more like a complete game experience. I implemented the level unlock system so that once you complete a level, the next level will unlock and you can play that level. And I implemented the weak point functionality so that when you throw a flashbang at the runebound, a weak point will appear on its chest that if you shoot it, it will immediately die, as opposed to otherwise where you can just shoot it 10 times for it to die.
For my work this sprint, the big things were, number one, the global leaderboard. And we used Unity's cloud service for this, which made it surprisingly easy to set up. And it's free so long as you're not reading and writing to the database so often per month. Secondly was the player settings menu. So, you can change your mouse sensitivity and the keybinds. And this was we worked on making sure it was very polished. And last but not least, I did the archive system. So we've placed these lore pickup items around many of our levels. And when you pick them up, that allows you to go into the archives menu and view different world building lore kind of articles or passages that Marie has written.
As for me, I worked on further improving the various grayscale effects. So I made the skybox also go grayscale along with the environment. And I also changed how the grayscale effect actually works, where before it was a gradual draining effect, and now it will lose or gain color in chunks or steps. And to further portray that, I created an effect for the step down and the step up, respectively.
And for design this sprint, a lot of the work that we did was going through previously made levels and adding and adjusting enemy placement, and also placing things like those lore pickups, which we mentioned earlier. And then just a lot of playtesting, both within and outside of the team, to try and improve the overall feel of the game and individual levels. And in terms of sound for this sprint, our sound friend Leo has been making a lot of sounds you can see in the list on the left side of the screen, and then we can go ahead and play a few of those just to see what the game sounds like.
For music, we've partnered with Strange Skin, the band, to do the music for our game. The first idea and second idea were their first products that we gave feedback on. And then from there, they iterated. And this sprint, we've got the main menu music and the in level, and we'll just play little snippets of those for you.
For our goals for our final sprint, programming wise, we want to implement UI and polish. We do physics tweaks for the player, implementing sounds and other effects, and set up the tutorial systems for our upcoming tutorial levels. Art-wise, we're going to polish the UI assets and finish the archive UI menu, fill in any gaps on any missing environment pieces, as well as set dressing, lighting polish in the levels, and polish the visual effects, implement the animations, and do the promotional art. Design-wise, we're going to finalize the level designs and then implement all the environment art for the levels that we are keeping. And lastly, implement those lore or journal pages.